Hello everybody, it's me Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman.
They call him the Bookman, his rants never end. He's angry and he's loud and he has a lot of friends. If you have Alyssa Milano's number, you can always send it to Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman.
That song don't make no sense.
Hello everybody, it's me Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. During this month, let's talk science fiction. Nearly 2 years ago, I had reviewed the first installment of the motion picture Transformers series created by Michael Bay and produced by Steven Spielberg. Now, let's talk about Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen. What would the second installment have in store for us? Well, let's take a look at it together. Shall we? Movie opens with a battle in ancient Egypt that pins primitive man against advanced machines. This is when we first meet the main villain, known simply as the Fallen. Cut to modern times, where a special branch of the military works alongside the Autobots in hunting down the remaining Decepticons on Earth. They uncover, I don't know what that is. But it's time now to call in the big gun.
Pull over. Awesome.
After Optimus destroys this monstrosity, we then see Sam Witwicky, still played by Shia LaBeouf, getting ready to go to college. But he sees weird symbols behind his eyes. He then drops the cube piece he still has in his possession and unleashes robotic transforming hell in his kitchen. That's when he calls for... After Bumblebee saves the family, he's given hero's gratitude as the family bitches and moans over all the destruction that came about after he saved their asses. We then see Michaela, still played by Megan Fox, don't get used to saying that, helping Sam speak to Bumblebee about how he won't be needed when Sam goes to college. Back to the review. Afterwards, the military branch working with the Autobots is visited by this jackass speaking for the president, who talks to Optimus about how the Decepticons are still on Earth because of the Autobots' presence there. And it's probably best if the Autobots leave the planet. Maybe not immediately, but sooner than they'd like. Optimus says,
"If you make that request, we will honor it. But before your president decides, please ask him this. What if we leave and you're wrong?"
Awesome.
Afterwards, Sam moves into his dorm and meets his roommate, Mark Sanchez. Later on, agents of the Decepticons infiltrate a secret military site with something that I don't remember Hasbro ever advertising before to gain a piece of the cube in order to bring Megatron back. We then see Sam and his roommate Leo at a frat party where Sam uses the frosting of the cake to draw these symbols that keep flashing in his eyes. He is then approached by this piece of ass. And the answer is... yes, I would. But Bumblebee takes Sam away to meet with Optimus Prime. There, Sam asks for Optimus to leave him alone. This war has nothing to do with him. Optimus tells him,
Sam, fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing.
Awesome.
In the middle of the deepest part of the world, the Decepticons locate Megatron and use the Q-piece to resurrect him. He then flies up into space to speak with the Fallen personally. The next day, Sam takes his first class with teacher Rainn Wilson, who is just as annoying in this role as he is in all his others.
You gotta laugh to keep from crying, right?
During this lecture, Sam has a mental episode that leads him to learning every deep aspect of astrophysics. He then calls Mikaela, who apparently is hiding his grandfather's glasses in a safe. That's good, considering this Tonka truck Decepticon can crack the safe relatively easily. Mikaela finds him and uses her methods of persuasion to get him to tell her what it is he's looking for. But Sam's back in his dorm room drawing these symbols all over the walls. Somehow that attracts this young woman, and Mikaela finds them in a rather precarious position. This is when the real shit happens. Turns out the woman is a Decepticon. Mikaela and Sam argue as they're trying to escape and eventually shake her off. Then the rest of the Decepticon group finds Sam and this happens. What the hell am I watching? Finally, thank God, the Autobots break this little party up, and Optimus takes the fight into the woods, going up against 3 other Decepticons. Though he's outnumbered, Optimus is holding his own.
You're so weak.
Until then. Optimus then dies, and the Decepticons feel real good about things, calling upon more of their kind from space. One of them being the Fallen, who then uses a universal feed to irrevocably dispel all rumors of robots not existing. He then makes Sam public enemy number 1, which then means the world's preservation is on the shoulders of these 2 and these 2.
Okay, I've had a hell of a day.
Why don't you get a haircut with your bitch ass? Go whine to your boyfriend.
Wow, that's really offensive. Sam knows they have to bring Optimus back, but he needs the help of other sources. So the biggest fugitives in the world go into a populated part of New York City and meet up with Simmons, still played by John Turturro. Somehow he has a secret layer of classified government information that he uses to locate ancient robots found long ago and preserved in museums. The little Decepticon gives them an idea of where to locate one in particular, and find an SR-71 with a Decepticon brand.
What sort of hideous mausoleum is this?
Jetfire, folks! Now it's time for backstory. Jetfire tells the group that the Fallen had come long ago to use this machine that would give them unlimited energy and black out the Earth's sun. This is in Egypt. How are they going to get there? By teleporting, of course. He then gives the group cryptic messages they need to follow in order to find the Matrix and bring Optimus back. Then this happens.
We're tourists from New York.
New York?
Yes. Yes.
50 kilometers.
Look like the guy who runs my falafel stand. Okay, thank you very much.
What the hell am I watching? Later that night, Sam and Michaela are getting romantic, until Sam gets an idea.
Stop blowing my sax!
They follow these stars to this temple that doesn't appear to have any primes or matrices or anything of the sort, until they see a crack in the wall and uncover what they're looking for. The Matrix then dissolves in Sam's hands, but he's not giving up so easily. The Decepticons then chase our heroes throughout Egypt, so they split up into two groups. Simmons and Leo then come across construction vehicles, all with the Decepticon logo flashing on their sides. These 20 or so machines form into one Devastator, who, after becoming the monster that ate everything, begins to climb the pyramid that the machine is located inside. As he's revealing the machine, Simmons gets a prototype laser cannon to blast him from across the ocean and destroy him in one shot, rendering Devastator pretty much useless. While running to Optimus Prime's aid, Sam gets blurred up. He then rises to Robot Heaven, where he meets up with the Spirit of the Primes, who reveals to him that the Matrix is not just something made of metal, but a whole bunch of leadership qualities within the heart of a person. Since he has them, he can bring back the Matrix and Optimus Prime. And he wakes up and he does what he's told. Optimus comes back to life, but the Fallen takes the Matrix of leadership and brings it to the machine to turn it on. Jetfire then donates his parts to Optimus so he can destroy the machine before it blocks out the sun, beat up Megatron, and kill the Fallen.
I rise, you fall.
Awesome.
Then everything goes back to normal. Michaela and Sam are back in love, Simmons hangs with the military, and Sam goes back to class. And that's pretty much it. So what did I think of this movie? It's not really awful, but when you look at it, there is no consistent flow with the first movie. So many things are not even considered from Transformers 1. The storyline doesn't really have any sort of strength. It's kind of just a hindrance to the production of the battle scenes. Another complaint I have is there are too many goddamn robots. None of them are given any names or even relevance to what's going on. Some of the main characters from the first one sort of get lost in the background, and these new robots come up without any purpose whatsoever other than to say, hey look, these robots are in this movie. Also, they really overdid the comedic aspects. This is a movie about a brutal war going on for thousands upon thousands of millennia. There's no reason to turn everybody into a complete joke, especially the mother. In the first one, she was kind of quirky, clucky, bubbly, and somewhat fun. Now they made her a complete asshole. And another huge problem with this movie is too many man parts. Don't want to see man-ass or man-crotch references. They even reference Devastator's jugglies. Don't want to see that. Overall, it's not the worst movie, but it's not the best movie. It's not really good, but it's not all that bad. If you're looking for a special effects extravaganza, you won't be disappointed. It did do its role in the fact that it left room open for a third Transformers movie coming out soon. Thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.
So give me reason to prove me wrong, to wash this memory clean. Let the thoughts cross the distance in your eyes. Give me reason to fill this hole, connect the space between.
Stop blowing my sax!